Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
everyone.
Well, here we are, and it's Earth
Earth
Day.
Day.
Woo! You know,
Yeah.
see, may the forest be with
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Earth theme.
Yeah, and I don't know what mine says. Shell,
I
something about saving
it's
the
a
planet.
lot, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So here we go. We're gonna just get started, and we're gonna talk about percent composition. This one will be short, easy, quick.
Yeah.
Right to the
yeah.
point.
After Stoic, it gets much better.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So, what exactly is percent composition? You're kind of probably like, what are they talking about?
That's crazy.
Okay. So it's the percentage of the individual elements that make up a compound. Pretty simple.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so the example that like you would probably understand, or you guys, would be what percentage of your grade is made up of the CUAs?
Okay, so it's like, well, our CUA is 65% of our grade, so it's 65% composed of CUAs.
Right,
percent composition.
exactly, yeah. And then when you add all those up, that equals 100, and that's how you figure out your grade.
Easy.
Okay, so it's very similar in the fact that we are going to do. I'm not sure what happened to the
Carbon,
editing
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, to calculate the percent composition, we're going to work with CO2. All right.
Okay.
We want to figure out the percent composition of carbon and oxygen. So the first thing we need to do is find the molar mass of the compound by adding up the masses of all of the other things involved. So yeah, I have no idea what happened here. All right, so we have carbon, there's one of them. We multiply that by 12.01. Oxygen, there's two of them. We multiply that by 16. And we get the grand total.
Okay. So we're going to do percent composition by mass.
Correct,
Right? Not
yes.
by just number of atoms. It's not like CO2 is 33% carbon.
Right.
Because a third of it's carbon. We do it by the mass of it.
Absolutely.
Awesome, okay.
Okay. So then we're going to take the individual mass for each element, which you're solving for. So there's our two individual masses.
Okay.
Okay. And then we divide them each by the total. And then multiply by 100.
Of course.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the mass of carbon on the top, divide it by the total, times by 100,
Okay.
and do the same thing with oxygen, mass on top, divide by total, and you'll get your times 100 and get your percent. So for CO2, we have 27.29% made up of carbon, and
72.71% oxygen.
okay, so
Seems pretty simple.
right. So let's run through a couple more practice problems. So we have NaCl here, very
Yep.
easy.
Love it.
Okay, so we're gonna look up Na.
22.99.
Yeah, gonna look up Cl.
35.45.
We're gonna add them up.
58.44.
Perfect. Okay, so to find Na, I'm going to take 22.99 divided by 58.44, and we get,
Boom. 39.34.
okay, very simple. Okay, and then chlorine, same thing,
Yes.
divided by times 100, and that's
Yep.
what you get.
And they add up to 100. Perfect.
Absolutely. Okay, so now here's one more example. These get a little bit tricky,
Whoa.
only because you
Wild
do
and
still
crazy.
have to distribute that little guy on the outside.
Yep.
Okay, so when we do our counting, we have 1 aluminum.
Gotcha.
We have 3 nitrogens.
Because I distribute the 3. Okay. Math doesn't stop.
Right.
Got it.
And we have 9
3
oxygens.
times 3. Got
Okay.
okay.
So we have a huge total here. This is where most
Cray.
this is where I think most kids will make a mistake if they make one. Is the making sure that you put everything that's outside if there's a number on the outside of the parentheses, it goes to only everything on the inside.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay?
Just like in math.
Right. So then I'm going to take the 26.98 divided by the total times 100.
12.64.
Okay? And here's where we're going to leave it with
Ooh,
you.
look at that. Shocking.
I got them set up for you, but you have to solve, and we will go over those in class.
Pretty fun.
All right. See ya.
Bye.